What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another YouTube video. I'm Conrad. I recently got this GFC V2 Pro installed on my 4th gen, and the next logical step was to figure out our fridge and and our power station setup. We'll get into that in a second. The GFC will be covered in tons of detail in future videos, so make sure you stick around for that. And as always, these videos are sponsored by our forum, 4gtaco.com. I'll put a little screenshot right here. When you join, we'll send you a free decal pack. So make sure you check us out there and come and hang out. Let's flip the camera around and I'll show you more about my new Iceco APL55 and their all new power station, the PB1000. All right, it has yet to be mounted, but we will start with the APL55. We'll talk about the slide, and then we'll talk about the power station. So this is one of the latest fridges from Iceco. This is not my first Iceco fridge. I've had a couple of them. They've been really, really good. They have a solid compressor in them with a really robust 5-year warranty. So that's always good. The compressor is obviously a main failure point or a potential one. It's great having the 5-year warranty. Although we've had a couple of these running for several years and several people who have tested these on all our different platforms. So the response has been very good. But this is the new APL55 and I got it in the, call it raw aluminum stainless polished finish. Now, there's a reason for that. I would normally go for a black one, but we're going to the whole theme here. Everything kind of matches somewhere, like the taillights and the letters and the recovery points, but the wheels, not only do they match the different portions of the GFC, but now for a little bit of pop, not as subtle as the black one would be, we've got this machined stainless, whatever you want to call it, APL55. So this is technically a 48 quart fridge. I'm going to open it up. It is a dual zone fridge. So it's got 1 and 2 that are independently controlled. And I'll show you the controls here in a second, but it has kind of this slow release hinge. The one thing I wish they did is that it would have some kind of a friction a friction hinge that would hold this up. But I mean, not the end of the world. I mean, most fridges are like this, but maybe an upgrade for the future. It's got a bunch of baskets in there. The 58 quarts, I was looking at it, they say it holds like 76 cans, if that's a point of reference that helps you out. So I love the styling. It's super rugged. It's big. This is the biggest fridge that I've ever had in any of my trucks. And I always find myself needing a little bit more room. So hopefully this is the solution to all of our problems in the food fridge freezer department. Now you can run this as a fridge, as a freezer, and the dual zone means that you set the 2 different compartments independently in terms of temperature, which is super cool. And because it's big and it's a little bit bigger, and one of the reasons is it's got really thick insulation. So these have always done well for me in general in terms of, you know, how much power they use and how well they keep the food and everything cold. But yeah, one of the latest fridges from Iceco. We've got these spring-loaded hinges. There is an app, so you can control this whole fridge from your phone, which is pretty neat to have that as a standard feature. You can see all the way around it. Again, there's our touchpad screen, and we've got a DC connection, an AC connection. I'm running it straight to the wall outlet over here. And it's also got some USBs. I imagine those are mainly for charging. We've also got the accompanied fridge slide. And while I haven't mounted it yet, because I got to figure out if I'm going to just do a simple like little metal bracket that attaches to one of the D-rings or something, which is why it's still like this. We'll figure that out soon before our next trip. But we also got the accompanying slide that they offer for it. So the slide is super cool, and it's just enough, and it's a simple fridge that you take some cam straps that are included to basically tie all this stuff down to the frame, and then it slides a good amount. So the plan is to kind of have it back there. I'll show you that in a second. But yeah, that's the fridge. Really nice setup, tons of baskets, tons of features. a cool little startup sequence. I love the styling. It's like super rugged, super adventurous, and it's like kind of high tech. I was joking in some Instagram stories. I called this the Terminator fridge. So there's the fridge, there's the slide, and also I believe this is brand new from Iceco. They're now in the power station game, which is awesome because you can buy your whole setup from one company instead of having to worry about, you know, several potential warranties or, you know, customer support or anything like that. It's all in one. So this is their PB1000, which is a 1,000-watt power station. We've got DC output. We've got USB A's and C's, and then we've got 2 AC wall plugs that looks like they're pure sine wave, so that's good. You want pure sine wave for a more stable power source, and it looks like they go all the way up to 1,200 watts. So this thing can support quite a bit. We've got wireless charging, first power station that I've ever seen with wireless charging. So that's cool. I feel like this is like a brand new feature for the industry. It's got a handle, also has a little bit of tension on it that you can pull back and forth on. And we've got our charging port, and I believe, oh, that was like a factory reset button that I just hit back there. But it's a super nice power station. It's also got an eco mode. You can turn it on and off, obviously. Got the button right there. It's got a bunch of lighting modes. There is a light on the back, so it helps to kind of illuminate everything or maybe send an SOS signal. So I'm going to reset this, and then I'll show you a little bit more as I turn this on and kind of go through the features and the startup and some of the operations on the fridge. All right, so we've got, oh, we don't want you to power up yet, Mr. Iceco. So, Terminator fridge. This is the power station, and in the on setting, you got input, output, time left for how much you're drawing. Obviously, we got 30 hours at 6 watts right now. It's just kind of the fridge lightly pulling a little bit of power from there. We've got the dial in there that shows you the percentage. That's charging enough just to be able to do this demonstration, but let's turn this guy on. Look at that, dude. There's a light right there. A little Iceco startup sequence. Hopefully it's not flickering too bad with this frame rate, but here we can see we've got one zone and the other, and I believe I've got them both set basically for freezing at this point, about 30 degrees or so. We've got a max and eco mode. We've got a light on the inside that helps to illuminate everything when it's dark out. There's a settings button. You can run through a whole bunch of settings. Got your power button, got your up and down for temp and settings and stuff like that. The Bluetooth's on. The buttons make noise, so you can turn that on and off. And I guess that this light pairs with that light inside over there. So when you turn that, it toggles both of them. Nice to get a little bit of scene lighting. We'll have to see what that looks like in the dark as we start to go camping. So looks like we've got some battery, some screen brightness, looks like voltage and a couple other things. And yeah, that thing is running right now. So let's close it up. They've got these pretty beefy latches. They've also, one small issue that I've had before is the seals. Sometimes the seals could have been improved a little bit. These new seals are huge. They're beefy. They're going to keep this thing sealed really well. So we are right now, let me check the temperature setting here. We are at 32 and we are at 10 on the two different settings here. Let me just toggle the rest of this here. You can change between Fahrenheit and Celsius, all sorts of stuff. And it is about 85, 90 degrees right now. It's been real hot out here recently. And as of right now, this thing is pulling 50 watts, which is not bad. Naturally, you would want to pre-cool your fridge to be able to save as much battery and power as possible, especially when you're not charging directly off the vehicle or the battery or something like that. But even in this weather right now, kind of running full blast. Let me make sure there's eco, there's max. Yeah, we're on max mode right now. And we're only pulling about 50 watts. So on a 50% power station, if it was at this high temp the whole time, it would only be pulling about 50. Oh, look, now we're about 60 watts. 70 watts. Looks like that's going to go up and down. Obviously, as the compressor kicks on, it's going to use more wattage, but once it's cool and we've got everything set up and ready to go, this really shouldn't be pulling that much power, and it should last you enough for at least overnight while you're not driving or able to charge. But they're, yeah, here we go. We can see it's going up to 90, 100. Obviously the compressor is really cooking now. So pretty much it though, super simple. Let me kind of slide everything inside and I'll position it how I'll have it when it's actually mounted. Eventually we'll have a full drawer system, gear plate, something like that. So this will either live here or long term. I've always wanted to do a seat delete just to keep this area as open as possible for gear and other stuff like that. And the cab is probably a little bit better insulated than the camper as well. So maybe we put it in there eventually, but for now, let me reset here and I'll show you guys what my potential setup's gonna look like. All right, before we talk about the setup in the camper, I just wanna let you guys know that Iceco is going to be doing a really big sale, both for Prime Day and for Independence Day. If you use code TRAILCO, or you can buy on Amazon, either one, whichever works easier for you. Maybe the one on Amazon shows up a little bit faster. You can get up to 20% off on fridges and maybe some other stuff as well. So if you're in the market and it's peak wheeling season right now, it's peak camping season, now would be the time to buy. By the time this video goes up, it will either already be live or just about to go live. So let me turn the camera around again and I'll show you the back of the camper. So this is my rough idea for how it's going to sit in here. Naturally, it would interfere with the turbo cubby on this side. So I'm thinking we figure out how to mount the slide somewhere in this position right here. That gives us enough clearance by the side of the bed. This clears the bed, everything clears. Maybe we could shift it a little bit more this way, but I still want to be able to have access to the cubby and the power. So I do have a hybrid. So in terms of actually powering this thing, I'm thinking one of two things. Either we mount this power station somewhere in front of the fridge, or we put it like up on the shelf and maybe connect it. And because I have the hybrid, we have the 2400 watt inverter that's in the back. So what'll probably happen is that this will be secure mounted somewhere. The power station will be drawing power off of the vehicle while it's running, and the fridge will be plugged in to the power station. So that's the idea I have. Maybe the power station is, again, up here in the turbo cubby, but this is the general setup, and then we'll kind of store our gear, our boxes, and everything else inside. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this setup. I think that this is going to be pretty dialed, basically level with the kind of the edge of the camper there, so that's good. Still plenty of room to see out of the back through the window and everything, but yeah, this is what I'm thinking for this setup as we camp and stuff. You guys will definitely be seeing more of this stuff as we shoot, you know, photo, video, and that kind of stuff, but I think that about wraps it up. So I had to go back and shoot an extra scene after I finished because I didn't realize how many parts and how feature packed this thing is in terms of the compartmentalization inside. So one, there's this divider, which personally I feel like I'm gonna run, unless I actually dual zone it, right? And end up putting like some ice cream or frozen fruit or whatever, maybe a pizza in there. Then I'll probably run without to maximize storage, because while these are cool, they definitely take up a little bit of space. So if you're really trying to fill this thing to the brim, this is awesome. I mean, especially this thing. I've never seen a divider. I'm not saying they don't exist, but that's the first time I've seen one that can be removed in a fridge this big, but maybe I just didn't have a big enough fridge. So this is pretty awesome. And then to put all this stuff back in here, boom. And then, oh no, wait, that one goes on top. And then boom. And last but not least. So pretty cool that this has multiple configurations, but just wanted to highlight this. I realized this after I finished shooting the video. So pretty neat, right? All right, well, if you guys have any questions about this setup, I'm always here for it. Links, products, our sites, our forums, everything will be in the description as always. Don't forget that sale is going on, great time to buy, and I'd recommend this stuff. I mean, we've been running these fridges for a long time. I've never had any problems. They've been great about customer support and everything like that. And things like the Bluetooth app, the size, the increased insulation, the dual zone. I mean, I would say that this fridge is perfect whether you're going solo. It's a little big for a solo person, but by the time you bring your drinks and food and everything for several days, it's not that hard to fill one of those up, right? Go look at your fridge at home. That thing is absolutely loaded, even if it's only for a few days at a time. So really good size, good brand, good company. They've been innovating these designs now for the last few years, so I've been happy to see them grow and change and get better and offer new stuff like this power station. So if you're looking for a solid fridge for your overland setup, your camping setup, who knows, maybe you just got kids that you take to soccer games and you want to throw this back in your truck or SUV, this one's going to be a good fit. So it's going to be it for this one. Shout out to Iceco for the fridge, the slide, and the power station. As always, there will be more content on this stuff. If you have any questions, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, you know, all the good stuff, but we'll see you on the next one.